Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending PEG's consulting presentation on the communication plan for Birchwood Clearview Community Association. Here throughout, we will refer to it as BCCA. Thank you.
Birchwood City Clearview Association, or the BCCA's mission is to enhance the quality of life for the residents of this community, which is about 800 homes in total. It is a nonprofit organization recognized by Prince George Community Council as a homeowners civic association within District 8. Special events that the BCCA hosts include a Valentine's Day function, Easter egg hunt, community days, college and employment fairs, Halloween evenings, breakfast with Santa. In addition, the BCCA has provided educational scholarships to community members, as well as influenced state funding for different projects.
As Lauren mentioned on the previous slide, Birchwood City and Clearview Manor is a subdevelopment located in the city of Oxon Hill. They recently elected a new president, and he has set out some very strategic or very ambitious strategic goals. He would like for the association, BCCA, to strive to be the primary community resource organization for the city of Oxon Hill. He would also like to increase membership by 10%. Currently, there's only approximately 35 members, paid members, into the association out of 800 homes. PEGS Consulting has created some communication goals that can be used to support his strategic goal. The first communication goal is to instill awareness of BCCA's services and benefits to the city of Oxon Hill, Maryland. The second one is to improve the household's understanding of BCCA's benefits so that they are willing to join the association.
BCCA has 11 key stakeholders that our team identified. Although most stakeholders fall within the positive attitude zone, that concern lies in the huge membership gap in this community, where only 35 out of 800 households, that is 4%, are paying members of the association. What this means is that 35 paying members at $20 per year translates to only $700 in an annual budget to accomplish the organization's goals, which are to improve the community. 4 key internal groups. First, the board members. Engaged group that will support the communication plan. They're dedicated to the success of the organization, but they are concerned about the long-term viability of the BCCA. They fear that unless they are able to expand membership levels and create deeper commitment from the residents, the BCCA will not be effective. Next group, committee chairpersons. Key stakeholder group due to their size and influence. Positive view on BCCA. The danger is in not growing the BCCA membership enough to be able to rotate these chairs, fill the open chairmanships, and that the existing chairs refuse to serve in future terms. The plan must address what can be done to support this group. Following by the volunteer group. Important to help these stakeholders feel engaged and appreciated. They can see the big picture of what the BCCA is trying to accomplish. And this talent pool will probably hold committee chairs or board memberships in the future. This group goes above and beyond to support the BCCA. Finally, the existing association members need new ways to engage these members to ensure they renew their memberships and they feel valued. Need to expand this type of stakeholder group, and this plan should address them. The external stakeholder list represents the area of opportunity that exists to partner with organizations outside of the BCCA's day-to-day operations team and grow memberships. Opportunities exist to partner with the Park and Rec Department, business community, elected officials, builders, schools, government officials, and the remaining 765 households that could join the BCCA and help improve the community. Unless the communication plan does a compelling job of creating value, inspiring membership, and deploying effective sponsorship opportunities for these stakeholders, the organization will be unable to complete their membership expansion goals. More concerning still is the potential for the BCCA to cease to exist if the low membership numbers continue.
Environment for the BCCA, there is a high risk associated with not obtaining new memberships through residential recruitment. At present, there are only 4% of households involved in BCCA activities and memberships. The current obstacles faced by the BCCA are apathy of residents, the lack of social involvement by the majority of residents, and unfortunately, there's also much confusion among residents and other stakeholders about the mission and goals of the BCCA. Situational analysis for the BCCA reveals that the community association is in fact a growing sector in America. Secondly, board members and the BCCA are favorably looked at by the rest of the community. The collaborational analysis reveals that working with the state is crucial for the longevity of the BCCA. Community associations are most successful when they offer educational scholarships to residents, which the BCCA has done. Finally, the BCCA would benefit from establishing closer relationships with the business owners in the community. A SWOT analysis of the BCCA reveals that there are strong partnerships with the police, school system, elected officials, and the business community members. A significant weakness is the limited budget due to dependency on annual residential fees. However, there is an opportunity to gain sponsorships of local businesses, possibly through an increased presence on social media, as that would increase awareness. The biggest threat is the residential apathy and the alternative options of other organizations such as the YMCA.
Here we have the hierarchy of communication effects. We start at the bottom row where we provide information to the community. We need to provide a clear explanation of the mission and goals of BCCA. Once the community receives this and they understand the mission and goals, they will begin to understand how joining the BCCA benefits them as an individual and their community. Once they take on this understanding, it's now converted into a belief that BCCA benefits them and their community, which will eventually pull them to take action to join the BCCA.
Here we'll review details of the communication objective. So what are they trying to achieve? The first thing is instill awareness of BCCA services and benefits to the city of Oxon Hill. The second is improve the household understanding of BCCA's benefits to join. And here we have a message box for one of our internal group of stakeholders, the committee chairpersons. It has the theme of action in order to increase membership. The membership committee message is clear. We will encourage people to join and renew our current members. Also, the publicity committee members work closely with the membership committee, so their message is relevant. We will support new ways to communicate with the community. Please take a moment to review the others.
Just like the internal stakeholders, we've created a message box for the external stakeholders as well. The theme for external stakeholders is understanding, which will improve engagement. Each stakeholder has a specific message that speaks to their perception. For example, With the residents who are non-members of the BCCA, their perception is, why should I join the BCCA? The message that we can create to help them is membership connects all of us and improves our neighborhood. The information that you see here on the slide is the demographics gathered from those who took the survey. The survey was disseminated at the Community Association meeting as well as online through the Nextdoor app. It is important to note that most of the respondents were from the Nextdoor app and not from the community meeting. It is important that we continue to do surveys probably once a year so that we can make sure that we get as many respondents as possible in order for us to get a clear understanding of what our community needs. Based on the survey, we can see that the preferred communication tool is email. The second preferred tool would be the Nextdoor app. This makes sense since that most of the respondents were on the Nextdoor app. As we continue to make this survey more accessible, we can find that the preferred communication may differ as well as become more rounded in the various tools that we can use. Although social media was noted to be the least favorite communication tool, when it comes to social media usage, most of the respondents prefer Facebook. This information is very important to know that this is also another way to reach our community. It may not be the best form of communication, but it's another place that we can also create a community and an online environment to be inclusive. Here we have a sample of what a Facebook group for BCCA could look like. The data shows that those who have taken the survey prefer the social media platform Facebook. This is a tool or something that can be created right away at no additional cost. And even though one slide showed that social media may not be the preferred method of communication, it still can be a tool to help bridge offline and the online world. We can use the Facebook group to highlight community events, to disseminate blog articles, and any additional information that we want to help lead people back to the main online hub, which will be the BCCA website. As we strive to meet our strategic goals, it's important to have an online hub that can be used to easily disseminate information as well as gather information from our visitors. One of the tools would be a website that can be made through volunteers. This slide shows the information hierarchy of the website. So we would have a home page that will be linked out to about the organization, provide resources, have an events and calendar page, and even have a page specific to members where they can pay their membership fees, they can know more about the benefits, and they can find easily access ways to volunteer. The resources page should highlight programs and initiatives, maybe even a place where people can look for jobs, as well as a place that will give people information on where they can report different things they see throughout the community. Here we have a template of what the website could look like. Some of the things that we need to go ahead and discuss and think about is domain ideas. Right now we have a list of domain ideas such as welcome to bcca.com, welcome to bcca.org, or www.birchwood-clearview.com or birchwood-clearview.org. These are some that I brainstormed really quickly and they are available. So if you prefer us to go with one of these, that would be great and we can move forward. I am willing to volunteer my time to create the website. The cost of the domain is $14.99 per year, and the website will be used to share the vision, mission, and goals of BCCA, highlight community events, create blogs, articles. We can create a blogging campaign. We can add the newsletters to the website, and pretty much use this site to be our main online hub of how we can get connected to the community, how they can stay connected to us. When it comes to hosting the website, I do have enough bandwidth on my current hosting account to go ahead and host the website. So in order to get this up and running, we would simply need the $15 for the year and to purchase a domain name. Another tool that I think would be handy for our association would us to invest in an email marketing solution. Currently, when we send out emails, we send it to a group of those who we have their emails, but everyone on the email can see someone's email information. Having a tool like MailChimp can allow us to, number one, design beautiful email newsletter templates that can be used to send out our newsletter via emails. Also, using MailChimp, we can connect it to the website so people can sign up for the newsletter on their own via email. We can also segment the list into members so that we can send emails to residents who have paid their dues, or send reminder emails to those who have not paid their dues. So MailChimp is currently free up to a certain amount of subscribers, so it's a $0 investment at the time. And once, like I said, it can be a very powerful tool to help us stay connected to our community and segment them so we can send targeted emails to those specific individuals. So now let's go ahead and look at an implementation plan timeline for these activities. The first item that we can go ahead and implement quickly and at no cost would be the BCCA Facebook group. All we would need for this would be someone who's already on Facebook to create the group, to create a graphic, which we already have, if you saw in the previous slide, and then we would have to add us to the group, and if we encourage others to add others in the community to the group. We can then begin on the website project, which would be to first decide on a domain name, secondly, purchase the domain name. And once that's purchased, then I can go ahead and begin to format and structure the website, and we would have to work on the content that we need to put on the website, such as the about page, the membership page, the resources, information about each committee, the programs and initiatives that we have going on. So that's going to be more timely, more time spent. The next step I suggest is to acquire the email solution MailChimp. Once we acquire this, we can add all the members and all the community members that we have, the email addresses that we have to the community members. We can go ahead and add them into MailChimp. By the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, it would be great if the website project would be complete and ready for launch. And sometime in April, we can begin to send out our first email newsletter. Because BCCA is working with a limited budget, we tried to use free or nearly free tools, such as the Facebook page, the meetings, the regular committee meetings, and the email marketing communication tool. When it comes to the website, we should be tracking the number of visits to the website as well as the time spent on the page. These two metrics implies that the awareness is being broadened as well as visitors are staying on the pages on the site and reading the content. With email communication, we can simply track the open rate, and we should expect to have an open rate or aim for an open rate of 15%. And when it comes to social media, we should track the number of people joining our community as well as our reach, such as likes and shares, because this can also show us engagement.
This research project was a unique opportunity because it gave us a look into the type of civic organization that can be found in just about any city across the country. While we did have access to the organization and the stakeholder groups, there were some limitations to our research, and we'd like to go over a few of those. The main obstacle was privacy concerns. This project included private citizens, businesses, and government agencies. Of course, the businesses in the area have their own financial interests. There were some concerns about how much information that we could get and what we could share. Public agencies, of course, deal with privacy. There are things that you can get like crime statistics, but there's also a deep layer of information that departments have about individuals and activities that citizens cannot access. And most importantly, the residents who are not members of the BCCA were a challenge to engage. The limitation of this research dealt with time and also funding in order to get a deeper dive into the information of the residents who are not engaged.